You look like a German.
Yeah. Well, I do have a lot of German blood, I think, actually. So, anyway, so I'm in Germany, and I was in the army at the time, and we had our little crew, and there was this one girl. Again, I probably shouldn't mention her name, because if I say something bad about her, then I'll be like, anyway. She told...
Hold on. I'm sorry. Keep your thought, because I got to say this before I forget. For anybody who's wondering what my guy looks like, he looks like a German, tall, skinny Christopher Mintz-Plasse from Superbad.
I don't know which one is that?
I can't remember his... McLovin.
No,
he looks like a tall,
skinny,
skinnier fucking McLovin. I should have just said McLovin instead of butchering his name. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Well, that's like the most offensive thing I think I've ever been told.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's up there.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
you do.
Wow.
I'm sorry. He's your kid brother or your son.
Okay, but he doesn't look as dorky as in the movie. In that
no, he's grown now. He's an adult now, so he looks a little different.
All right. Well, a little bit less offended, but I'm still offended. Because anyway, but okay, I do get it. Now that you show me that picture, it's like, yeah, okay, like truth is truth. I can't really.
Okay, our part, bro. So, you went to Germany.
So yeah, and we all knew that. I mean, she's a typical German girl, white, tall, skinny chick, and everybody knew that she's into black dudes. Okay, that's your thing, but. One time, we're out in the city somewhere, and about at least a block, maybe a block and a half away, there's a black dude wearing a starter jacket. And she's like, look at that sexy motherfucker.
I forgot what that's called. Oh, damn it.
And I'm like...
She had that fixation.
Yeah, and I don't want to say her name, but not that it really matters too much anyways, but I was like, seriously... I mean, okay, I mean, I've got no problem that you're into black dudes, whatever, but all you see is a dude who's black with a starter jacket on, wearing hip-hop clothes.
That's it.
And now that already got you wet. You know what I mean?
For some, that's all it takes.
Have some standards, woman.
Yeah, for some, that's all it takes, unfortunately.
So, but that's on the flip side of the same pattern as in the kind of the negative racist thing into the...
And that is a form of racism, too.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, I mean...
That fucking fixation.
Right. You can't be mad at it, but you also don't want to applaud it.
Yeah. I had a girl tell me once, well, I just got a thing for black guys. You know what? I think I'm done dealing with you. I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Well, okay then.
I'm good now. Appreciate it.
Well, yeah, I kind of get it, because, like, my wife, I remember, because she, when we met, she never dated any Chinese dudes at all. She liked white dudes. And
I've heard that, bro.
Tall white dudes, that was her thing.
I've heard that about a lot of, Chinese women or, Asian. You know what I mean? Like, that's, over there.
Right.
That they like white guys.
And I think part of it for her, it was like, because she knew how Chinese dudes are.
Yeah.
They're not
that makes sense,
to be
though.
Real faithful.
Because something that's not what you're used to is, like, kind of exotic to you.
Right.
You just like different stuff. And a lot of people are like that. Because I like everything. I don't think I have a particular type or a particular quote-unquote race that I would prefer. If I meet a chick and she's beautiful and her energy is right and I like her heart and her mind, I don't really trip on the packaging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The exterior is just like a bonus. If you happen to be something other than what we call black, I don't really care.
Yeah.
If you dope and I fuck with you, then that's all that matters to me.
No, and since I have like an Asian wife who's from China, a lot of people just go, "Oh, yellow fever." Like,
and that shit is
so cute.
Oh now there are people who suffer from that. But
there are.
Not one of them. Like,
I live in
really
China. I know. I met a lot of them.
Yeah.
And they're not all. Yeah. They tend to be a creepy bunch.
Yeah.
Because
So do you feel like the connection between two people and the love between two people is what should matter the most, or should people stick to their own, or you know what I mean? Like, and I know it's ironic me asking you, who's in what we call an interracial marriage and have a biracial child. I know that's a weird question to ask you.
Yeah, no, whatever.
Because I think I already got my answer knowing you personally, but I'm just asking your thoughts on that. Because a lot of people are like, "Oh, we're not racist. We just stick to our own." Like, for you to even say stick to my own is kind of racist.
Well, I mean, mentally, I think people should. I mean, on like as far as the thinking goes, Because you don't want to be with somebody who just has a total opposite kind of way.
Unless y'all can find that balance and that middle ground.
There's the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
You know, well, you know.
And you know when it's that person too. Yeah, you're right.
Right.
My ex, we were like that for a while. Like, we yin and yang each other. We balanced each other out. Yeah.
Right. So, stick to your own. But as far as like a race goes, no, I think that's just.
If you like them and they like you and you guys got a connection, that's all that should matter.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was talking to...
I mean, for the most part.
A guy who is a Wicca and an Asatru.
And a what?
An Asatru. I don't want to say it's like a white supremacist thing, but it is like a white purity thing. He was like, nah, we're not racist or none of that. We just, stick to our own. We want everybody to stick to their own and all this other shit.
Oh, okay. No,
and I'm like, I can't think of them
anti-segregation.
No, they were all about segregation. They weren't like actively hating, like, fuck you, black guy, fuck you, N-word, but they were like, we just don't want to mix, basically.
Okay.
Like, we'll interact and, be social and shit, but we don't want to, like, date. Yeah, he was a Wiccan, too.
Wow,
because
I've never heard.
I actually met the guy because I was talking shit about Wicca. This is when I'm super diehard Islam.
Okay.
And so anything that wasn't that, I was shitting on it, and I was talking crazy about it. And he was like, well, how can you say it's not a religion? He's like, so what's the difference between my beliefs and your beliefs in Islam? Like, because it's just a set of beliefs that you have placed in this certain stratosphere. You've made it holy for yourself. You've made it like your life, and you try to adhere to a certain set of rules and shit.
Right.
Same thing with me. He's like, it just got a different name, different principles, different aspects of it, but it's the exact same concept, bro. So how is it not a religion? And I was like, shit, you know what? You're right. Like, you fucking right, bro. And so I asked him, like, one day, I was like, bro, I don't want to offend you, and I know this is going to be a weird-ass request, but do you have any books, pamphlets, anything I can get about the Wicca and the Asatru shit? Just so I can have a knowledge base of that. And he kind of looked at me like, what the fuck, this black dude is asking me for white supremacist black people?
Yeah.
And I was like, I just want knowledge. Yeah, I just want
Yeah.
knowledge. Like, it's not really about me wanting to join and none of that shit. It's just, I don't know nothing about it, and I don't want to speak out of ignorance again.
Right.
And he was like, shit, bro, I got you. Like, I'll bring you some shit later. I got you.
Right on.
And we ended up being cool after that. And this was a fucking super duper, I had a friend named Anthony, rest in peace. He fucking killed himself a while ago. Who had like lightning bolts and all, like a fucking SWAT skull in his chest. A little short Irish dude, bro. But this was one of the fucking coolest, most beautiful people I ever met. I'm not just saying it because he passed away. I wish that motherfucker was around so I could tell him.
Was he in prison?
And he was in prison. He went when he was a kid too. So from like 17 to 24, 25, he was locked up.
Cause I met a guy, a white dude like that too, where he had all these things, like tattoos and this and that. But you talk to him, you're like, well, you're not really a racist Nazi type dude. You're actually kind of he was kind of dumb, I'll admit. But he was good, kind of good heart.
Yeah. A lot of people, man, without programming and without getting shit pumped into our brains, I feel like a lot of people could grow into that. But a lot of us, you got to think, from the moment we born, bro, we indoctrinated.
Right,
from the moment we born, somebody or something is programming us to think and believe certain shit. That's what helped me be so open-minded and research and search and constantly input new information. Because even when I started studying Islam, I got to a point where I was like, I don't feel like I'm outgrowing it, but there's a lot of shit with it I don't agree with. This ain't the be-all, end-all. I thought it was. But the more and more I researched, the more I searched it, even reading the Holy Quran, it said, search for knowledge from sun up to sundown, from the east to the west. Don't ever let yourself, basically the mind of the believer stagnates. So don't ever let yourself be stagnant. Like, always search knowledge. You don't have to hate this book because it ain't from this tree. Like, all this shit is branches on the same tree, basically. And even studying Hinduism, it taught me that. And it was like, holy shit. So I'm basically cutting myself off from knowledge every time I'm like, oh, I'm a Christian. Because if it ain't under that umbrella or in that box, then I don't want it. I'm not going to listen to it. I'm not going to read it. Oh, I'm a Muslim. So if it ain't in that, then I'm cutting myself off from shit. So when I got to that point, I was like, holy shit, it grew me. And it evolved me, bro. Then I just started sponging. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he might have recommended that book, Religion is a Man, for me. Or I might have found it, I don't know. He recommended some book for me, this white dude. I keep forgetting his name. I think his last name is like Belair, Belvedere. So he had a real fucking weird-ass last name. But one of the coolest dudes I ever met, though. But you wouldn't expect us to be friends. Fucking white Asatru dude and this young fucking gangbanger from Wichita. Like, you would have never expected, but I love that type of shit, bro. Because that's the story of my fucking life. I always meet people. And that connection is what matters to me, bro. You know what I mean? Like, Even when I met my ex, bro,
It's kind of a high.
I was always roasting my cousins because they all moved to huts and started dating white women. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and I was like, fuck that, man. Fuck that. I'm going to stick with my sisters, man. Hey, man, if it ain't black, it's whack. And I was on some bullshit like that.
Whack.
Even though I've dated other races and had sex, of course, but I find beauty in all women. But I was like, my woman that I'm with and building with has to be a sister. This is part of my program.
Okay.
You know? My mom, Nation of Islam. I grew up around a lot of, black stuff, so I was kind of biased in that way. So I moved here, and like a while after I moved here, I met her. I went to fucking Payless to get some fucking shoes one night, and I wasn't really paying attention. I went in there, grabbed my socks, grabbed my shoes, and hey, you need some help, sir? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm not here to talk or interact. Like, bitch, leave me alone. I'll see you when it's time to check out. And I look up, bro, and she's like, you sure? And she smiled, and I dropped my shit. I was like, oh. Whoa, like dimples, bro. It was like a crooked smile. It ain't like no aesthetically perfect smile, but it blew my fucking mind, bro. And there was an energy. And I was like, holy shit. Like, this woman just stunned me. You know what? Before I leave, I'm going to give her my number. Fuck this. And I was celibate at that time, too. I was practicing 6 months. And I would think I was on maybe month 4 or something like that. So I wasn't even out pursuing nothing. I was just really working and just focused.
Trying to stay away from
Yeah, trying to stay away from shit. But when she smiled at me, it wasn't even, oh God, I want to fuck her. It was just like, holy shit, I'm something just blew me away about you.
Okay.
I don't know why, but it's a reason why. Of all the times I done came in the fucking Payless, I come in here, y'all got about 30 minutes to y'all close, you just so happen to be working. So I'm like, fuck, I gave her my number. We ended up talking 5 summers later. You know what I mean? Granted, we're not together now, but it was some beautiful times though.
Sure.
And it was some dope shit, and I wouldn't have never got to that point if I kept my bias. You know what I mean? 'Cause she's Caucasian, bro. So I wouldn't have never, you know what I mean? If I'd have kept that, I gotta be black. My woman gotta be black. My girlfriend gotta be black. And my cousin, then they roasted me so bad when they finally seen her. They was like, look, that's it. See, you done turned.
Is it just because that was a girlfriend that, like, you're holding hands with her? Or, like, I mean, because if you were just, like, are you going to get judged for that, too?
Yeah.
Really?
Mostly, like, from my experience, what we call, because I hate to use the term black.
So I would think they'd be like, all right, yeah, get that white pussy.
Some.
You know what I mean?
Some will.
Okay.
But my grandmother, and this is ironic, because my great grandmother was Caucasian.
Oh, really?
And her daughter was of mixed race. I think my mom's mom, she was stupid. Hey, you fucking idiot.
You had to have something.
Some redeeming quality. You're an 8th white. Yes.
All right.
That's the part of you I like. The rest of you, not so much. But hey.
Man.
But I'm glad for that, too, though, because I believe that's another reason why I can interact with a lot of people, bro.
Right.
And then I give people a chance based on who they are. Because if I would have stayed in that mode of, I'm only going to rock with you because you look like me. Bro, my people have set me up to get murdered. My people have shot at me. My people have jumped me. My people have fucking turned their backs on me and tried to murder me in prison. And you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I have never had a fight with a white dude. You know what I mean? Well, let me say never, because in high school we was banging with the stoners like a mother. But I'm not trying to say that like, oh no, whitey's my savior type shit.
Right,
but I'm just saying like most of the shit that I went through that was like super violent.
So you admit
Shooting,
Jesus
fighting.
is white.
That no.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I already need to wash my mouth.
No, you're all right, bro. No, this is what we're supposed to do. I love this. Is what the fuck we're supposed to do. I love that shit, bro.
But then I'm imagining all your friends listening to this and be like, "You let
Bro, I
that
think
fucking cracker in your house."
10 of my people actually subscribe to my channel, so we're good.
Okay.
We're good. Like, we good.
I got empathy. I'm worried about
so
you
many
right now.
links and like 9-10 of my people added me to subscribe to my shit. Like, my people have a real bad problem of supporting each other.
Okay.
Like me, there's been people send me music, send me links, and I would go check it out. I'm like, God, this shit sucks. And I'm gonna give it a thumbs up and subscribe to your channel anyway. Just for the support, because I know how important this shit is. And then I want people to succeed. I want people to fucking. But a lot of us, we get conditioned to hate each other, bro. Like, that self-hate is real. This is another reason why I do not identify as a nigga. Because I just explained to one of my friends, she's always complaining on Facebook, N-words do this to me. N-word too. And I don't like saying this, so I'm saying the word. You know what I'm saying? N-word do this. N-word ain't about this. And I had to tell her, I said, okay, check this out. Niggas is a mentality that was taught to a certain people. It was beaten to us. Yeah. This is why I don't like the word. This is why I feel like other people should say the word. And unless you have a definition, you can't tell me, oh, it's just a friendly. It's not. It has a negative connotation. It was birthed out of negativity and hatred. So there's no way you can erase the energy that's attached to it. Every time I hear it now, it does something to my system that I don't feel good. So I don't identify as a nigga because I told her a nigga is a self-destructive, self-hating, self-serving, you know what I mean, non-empathetic, you don't love yourself, how the fuck can he love you? You know what I mean? He doesn't have self. He doesn't even self-define himself. His definition of self is given to him by somebody who don't love him, who hates him, and who needs him to hate himself. You know what I mean? So, don't call me that. I don't identify as that. And if you want a good man, you got to find you when you don't identify as that. Like, you have to. You have to elevate yourself above that, and then you'll attract something more. You'll attract something more. And that's not to say that you got brothers out here who probably say that they ain't good dudes. I'm not saying that at all. But I just know from my personal experience, when I was around,
getting away from it.
Yeah. Somebody who's trying to redefine themselves and be who they choose to be, not be who the world trying to be. Because I was running around, I'm going to be real. Right. I was causing pain and feeling pain, and that was it. I damn near died a few times. You know what I mean? I damn near had killed people a few times. I'm not proud of none of that shit. I ended up in prison. I'm not proud of that shit. Like, yo, I'm real. No! Fuck that. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? I didn't get paid for it. None of my family did. I mean, like, the shit is just suffering. And then once I realized the history of that, I'm like, oh, shit. And I had an elder, too, bro. Every time he heard me say it, I had to just 5 pushes. I didn't stop. He's like, okay, 50. I take it easy on me. Because you say it so much, I want to be easy on me. Every time you say that shit on me, I need it. And this is a brother who I got tremendous amount of respect for. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Oh, shit. But he, after like maybe about 3 months in, he's like, man, you gave me about 25. Where are you going? I was like, I'm aware now. As soon as it pops up in my brain, I can catch it. Okay. And I can choose to say it if I want to say it. He's like, that's all I was trying to do is make you aware of it. He said it's so deep ingrained in you, and it's so programmed into you, that it's just conscious now. So you gotta go into your consciousness and root it out. There are billions of words you can use. There's a word that you identify as. Why that one? And I was like, shit, I don't know. He's like, that's the problem, that you don't know. Now, if you can identify that, fine, that's you. So no why. Is it? No shit. I ain't surprised. Everything is rooted in something, especially with English. You know, this language comes from everything. Like, this shit is, none of this shit is original in English.
Well, because I think it originally comes because the German word for black is right.
Which one is negro is Spanish?
Yeah.
I know you got what's the people called? There was like some African Asian people. The Nagas, Nagas. Don't quote me on that because I could be completely wrong. There was like a serpent worshiping people who was known for like their prophecies and having all this esoteric knowledge, real deep. It's dope shit. Like the story of these people, but they got like a bunch of hieroglyphics and fucking sculptures that's depicting all these fucking different scenes and oh man, this is dope shit. It's some fascinating shit. But they from fucking Asia somewhere, but they was African stuff. And like they supposed to be responsible for a lot of philosophies and shit. I don't know like. Excuse me, a lot about them, but I just know that word is another origin for Negro, for Niger, you know, Niger. Like, it's that word fucking, a lot of shit stems from an Nagas. But that's something that's new for me, too, because it's a lot of shit I don't know about history, about, you know, quote-unquote black history. Even that I hate saying, bro, because the black was another one that was given to us.
It's all part of American history. That does kind of bother me. Yeah. It's not like, okay, I understand you got to kind of make up for doing some bullshit to some people in the past, but
no, to me, bullshit to people.
That's now. Segregating black people from you know what I mean? It's like,
that's the point, though, bro. You just said it. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why I don't like saying black and white.
What about?
But I don't know what else to say.
What about African American?
That one I don't like because, for the simple fact, I don't know if I'm from Africa. My great-grandfather is Washita Indian, and my great-grandmother is Caucasian. And that's as far back as I know in my family tree. It might be some other shit, but to try to convince me that the millions of people that's here is descended from people that got brought here instead of from the millions of people who was already here, I kind of can't believe it. Not at this point. I can't believe the official slave narrative because that's another thing that they trying to push down our throat, force on us. In school, they taught me about slavery, Crispus Attucks, and Martin Luther King Jr. That's really all I remember them teaching me in school about quote-unquote black people and African Americans. And it's like, that's it? Like, that's it? But even when they teach you about natives, they just like, hey, these motherfuckers was running around hugging buffalo and praying to trees before we came. Yeah. And then you do the real history, and you like, these motherfuckers had cities and societies and fucking, they had a system, and like, they wasn't in huts. These motherfuckers had cities and towns and like some sort of form of technology. Shit was dope. Mm-hmm. And then, these Europeans came once again and was like, hey, we gonna need all that shit. Hey, y'all gotta get the fuck out of here. Yeah. And I believe that a lot of the people who they say 90 million, 100 million Native Americans got killed, I believe a lot of them was enslaved. You know what I mean? And so a lot of us that they call black, which is it's a reason why they call us black too, is descended from those people that was already here. And then there's evidence of Africans coming over here and commingling. A while ago, you heard of the Olmec heads in like South America, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
Big ass fucking ton, I don't know how many ton heads with straight up Akon features, bro. With big broad lips, big noses. You can tell these supposed to be brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? And they was like worship.
Canary Islands.
Yeah, like, bro, so I don't believe that I'm a descendant from somebody from Africa. I believe everything traces back there. I do believe that because it's the biggest fucking continent. Damn near every country, every people has some type of fucking story of their people coming up out of there from one place or another, but it's so big and so diverse that I can believe that. You know what I mean? I can believe that.
I've met white people from Africa.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like Algeria.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And even people who are from Europe, I believe that anybody on this planet roots go back far enough because everything had to start somewhere. Everything didn't start everywhere at once. Mm. And if this shit is set up the way I think it is, this started there and spread out. And this ain't black people started everything. It ain't that type of shit. Because I don't believe that either. But I do believe that everything goes back there. But I don't believe that African Americans is a term that exists unless you from Africa came over here and earned your citizenship and now you live here. Then in that case, you're an African American.
Okay.
But for me personally, I don't think I'm an African American.
Well, because to me, I think it separates and makes black people like secondary Americans.
It does.
Like
it does.
Here's Americans, and then you're African American, and I just.
How many times have you heard a quote-unquote white person refer to themselves as a European American?
Never. Unless you're being a smart
ass. Not once, yeah. No? Really?
Yeah.
And that, like, further validates my point of, don't call me black, man. Like, I can't identify as that. Because I'm one of the people who is reading the fucking world.
So if we're talking about the races in general, what would be the correct...
For me personally... Yeah. Whatever name I give you, just call me that. Like, if I tell you, call me Chev, whatever, just call me that. Because I can't identify as an African American. I don't know what it means.
Right, well, okay, because
I can't identify as black, because I don't know what it means. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know the origins of it.
No, not you as a person, but, like, if we're talking about, like...
You got a ton of my people, and I say that loosely in this country, who would prefer just black is fine with us.
Black is okay.
Depending on your tone and your inflection, like in the South, get your black ass out of here. Of course, that's offensive.
Right, okay.
Because the way you using it is fucked up.
Yeah.
But you can say, get your African American ass out of here, and it'll sound fucked up. You know what I mean? Or somebody could call you colored. That's another terrible one. I'm glad they got rid of that one. But it was, now don't quote me on the dates, but back maybe 50, 60 years ago, maybe longer than that, gotta be longer than that. When they first started doing the census and shit for black people, and the Native Americans, they was like, you got to identify as white so they can inflate the numbers. And everybody else who wasn't that had to check off as Negro. And then it changed into colored, and they voted on, okay, those sound kind of fucked up. as time went on, 50s, 60s, like, okay, we don't like that. Okay, we're going to go with colored, I think, in the 60s, 70s. But then it was like, okay, black, yep. And then we're going to get these people to say that they black and scream all this black power shit. And then all the rest of them are like black. So we'll use black. Because a black person, bro, we don't have rights. If you identify as black, the Constitution says you don't have no rights that we got to respect. You know what I mean? So it's the reason why they want us to call ourselves black. Even now, if I was to get on all my social media, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. Now I'm a black identity extremist. And they can come bag and tag me, bro. Snatch me up. Shut my shit down. Follow me. Collect all my data. You know what I mean? Shit they already do any goddamn way except for the kidnap.
Well, I'm not trying to bring this back up, but the coronavirus thing just kind of trumps all that shit. I mean,
No.
Because now it's like, all it seems like all that stuff they worked up, but now it's like we can just say you're either vaccinated or control, you know what I mean? And now that they just kind of got rid of all those other little departments and it's the whole world, not just
anyway. It's not the whole world. It's the certain segment of the world. Us, the underclassmen. It's the only way I can put it. It's us that ain't quote unquote elite. You know what I mean? Like it's I'm trying to think of a movie reference that would maybe, because I'm hard. Like I have so much shit in the front of my brain that it's hard for me to articulate the specific point I'm trying to get to. But right now, bro, I feel like it's a concentrated attack on a certain segment of society because we out of control. Like when you asked me earlier about, so how, like the hood, like are they obeying certain shit? Probably not, because it's just fucking same old same for us. It's just back to business for us. Like we can't stop. We gotta hustle and bustle and do what we gotta do. Me personally, I ain't been able to stop, bro. Like even tomorrow, I already don't want to go to work. I'm grateful that I'm going, and once I get there, I can lock in and be there and be like, okay, all right, I'm good. It's just I'm dreading. I'm already tired from thinking about being there all night. You know what I mean? Okay. But I wouldn't have it any other way because I'd rather be doing that than sitting here chewing my nails like, fuck, I need some money. That's another reason me and my lady broke up, bro, because I was struggling. You know what I mean? And she fucking gave up on me and burnt out. You know what I mean? Which, I don't know. That's something we'll talk about another time. But I feel like this shit is all concentrated effort to control a certain amount of the populace. Even, like, I don't think it's a coincidence that all that census shit just went out. All this shit going on. They just sent out the census.
Yeah,
and then
that's right.
there's a bill. There's a bill that's allegedly being pushed called Trace 6666. 4 sixes.
Right.
Where they want to come to your house and you got to do a mandatory COVID-19 test. Like mandatory. So it's like, okay, all y'all, and I don't trust results like that. You can test me and I, no symptoms, I'm good. Oh, you do got it. It just ain't showing.
Yeah.
Like, what? If this sickness does 85 things to me and I'm not showing none of the symptoms, but I got it though, like, what are you telling me? Is this the Walking Dead disease? Like, when I die and I'll come back with the COVID? Like, what are you saying? So, I'm scared of that. Because then they can say whatever they want.
Right.
They can justify however they want. You don't know for sure if you sick. I know how I feel.
That's why I don't want to get tested.
Bro, and I don't think anybody should unless they get fucked up and sick. And then you figure out, okay, what's wrong with me? What can I do about it?
Yeah,
because like when I was sick a few months ago, I was bad, bro. And then I was alone, too, so I'm coming home shook. I didn't even want to lay down because I was like, okay, what if I fucking drown in this fluid I'm coughing up? Because I felt that shit in my lungs, bro. And you know when you got a chest cold or something, you sneeze and mucus and shit, bro, this shit was like Toxic Avenger yellow. You know what I mean? It didn't look natural, bro. It didn't look natural.
Yellow?
It was nasty, bro. And I would like look at it like, what the fuck?
Did that just come out of me?
Yeah, did that come out of me? Then I'm at work, bro, like I said, weak and shivering and shaking. So I do feel like this shit is meant for not just black or white or Mexican or anything. It's a certain segment of population. Remember the first they said it attacks the elderly the most. Mm-hmm. And then it changed to, oh, no, pregnant women. Oh, no, black people. Oh, no. Like, everything keeps changing. It's like the shit keep modifying to fit whatever segment that they want to really get rid of. And it's fucked up, bro. It's fucked up, and I hate it, man.
Because, but two, I've been hearing a lot of different people who are trying to say that this is Well, going back to the whole esoteric and, human consciousness, kind of. Okay, I'm stuttering here, but because I know I don't want to sound like some kind of weird hippie new age.
No, sound however you want to sound, bro. This
right.
Same planet, different world. We supposed to sound like that.
Okay, well, because they're saying these people, and the fact that I even came across this, whatever, but that all of this is like I said, the bankruptcy thing, and all of that, and that it's like the black hats pulled the trigger on it, but then the good guys are knew that their game plan, so to speak, and are using this to implement their game plan.
I can see that to a certain extent, because there's always a push and pull between so-called light and dark forces. Yeah, there's always that. I believe
this has been a really big push.
Yeah,
because when they're using the examples of look at all these different CEOs who are going to jail and quitting their jobs. Yeah, if you go into some of these bigger so-called evil type corporations.
Because you got to understand too, bro, and I don't mean to cut you off, but even these people at the top who are elite, they bang with each other too. You know what I mean? I just want to throw that in there.
Yeah, I know, and
that's all they know.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird. But then again, it's a lot of these people, these same people, and this is where are you open at least? I'm not saying because, like, for example,
I'm open to almost anything at this point.
Like when
I don't never want to be stagnant and cut off.
All right. Well, when Trump was in the election originally, I knew the December in my mind. The December before the election, which was like almost a whole year before when he was still doing the Republican primaries, I was like, he's going to win.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Not because, he's the best candidate up there.
No, I got it. Bro, mine is even more simple. It might even sound fucked up how I knew. When I seen that he was up against a lady, I was like, y'all really think in this racist ass, sexist ass, the history of this country is racist and sexist. That's a fact. Nobody can deny that unless you just want to.
No, I meant the Republican primary.
No, I'm talking about this country. No. When it came down to him and Hillary, I was like, he got it.
Right, okay.
He got it. Like, he's the one that they selected. And then I believe that they're selected, not elected. Because we don't choose shit. Right. We vote till our face turn blue, and then the Electoral College chooses. Don't not even choose. They already know who the fuck they're going to put in there for whatever reason. They already know. You know what I mean? They got to make us feel like we got the illusion of choice. Right. So it's like, we can do this. We can, God damn it. But when I seen it came down to him and her, nobody else is relevant. I don't remember anybody else who was in the Republican Party back then.
Running for it was like Jeb Bush was running.
Garbage. They family already had their turn.
Yeah.
As far as that specific name.
Yeah.
But there was no other name that's so prevalent.
Ted Cruz was one of the last ones to fall out.
But there's nobody who's so relevant and such of a fucking powerhouse and personality that you like, that motherfucker, I remember that motherfucker. No. Like, after this bullshit, I remember Bernie on the other side of it. But this is two sides of the same coin, though.
Right.
This is the same pancake. You're just flipping it over. But when I seen it was him and her, I was like, you think they going to follow up the first quote-unquote black guy with the first woman? The world ain't changed, bro. Like, the game ain't changed. So I was like, well, this is a game. And I don't see how people didn't see it. I don't know if you remember Ed, the little short guy we used to work with, crazy redneck dude, but he was super Trump.
Always coming drunk all the time?
Super. Okay. He was super. I love Trump. Trump's my guy, man. I can't wait. That's my guy. I was like, you just got a mascot for your bigotry. That's all it is. Like, you just got a motherfucker who's so rich that he can say and do all the shit that you want to say and do, but your poor ass can't say and do it without consequences. Like, so.
Well, a lot of people are going to jump on one bandwagon or another anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's either, I'm not going to be on that one, so I'm definitely, you know, so it's just a matter of.
But once I seen it was him and her, I was like, bro, they're not following the first black guy with the first woman. It's not going to happen.
I thought it mainly because, like, for example, you go back to Ron Paul when he was running against Obama, and he was wanting to, like, abolish the IRS, and he was saying all this really great, like, whoa,
yeah, that's
whoa, really? And then what happened? He just got blackballed. Every time
he was never going to win, bro.
Right.
It was never, because it was never a competition. That's what I'm trying to get at. To my understanding, the way this shit goes is, bro, the person who's going to be the new mascot is already selected way ahead of time. It's already been established.
Right, exactly.
They already groomed for it. And that all the politics and all the go out and vote, that's just for us. So we can feel like we involved.
Sure.
So we can feel like my dude over here is a super Trump guy. Across the way. One of the he cool as shit too. When I first moved in, I was like, I'm gonna have to fuck him up one day. And that's me being an asshole.
Right.
But he turned out to be cool as hell. And I would love to fucking do an episode with him and ask him certain shit. So hopefully we get that cool one day.
Well, okay, because that's why, in my mind, Trump was going to win, because he was saying a lot of crazy shit. And some of it was even about, like, whoa, you want to do what with your president? Whoa, how, what?
Yeah.
How, you can't just go up and say that. Whether it was the grab him by the pussy remarks or the what stuff.
No, but he can, though.
They kept putting him on TV with Ron Paul.
Yes.
He would just say some shit like, I want to abolish the IRS.
He's still doing that, too.
Well, and they would cut him off, though, from the debates. You didn't hear about what he had to say. You had to, like, kind of be curious and look for it on YouTube or whatnot to find out what he was saying. But on the stage, Trump, he was still given that platform. He was still given that stage.
By design. That's my whole point.
Right. No, I'm not trying to say you're wrong.
No,
I'm just saying, explaining why I felt that he was going to win was because good publicity, bad publicity, still publicity. And
if the media is being told to support you and push you and promote you,
right,
that's what's going to happen.
And that's why I felt that Trump's going, because it was like, how
we can simplify it to musicians. How many garbage ass musicians you see that's super popular, and you hear them and give them a chance, and you're like, I don't know how this shit is the shit to some people. I can't do this. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same with that. But like I said, bro, that dude was already selected many moons ago.
Right.
Obama was already selected many moons ago. They try to claim that he's, from Chicago and from not the ghetto, but just a regular black guy who grew up. Bro, there's pictures of this dude as a kid at some camp with a bunch of future politicians. He's related. He's like John Kerry's fifth cousin or some shit. Like, his bloodline is connected to certain other, like, this shit is already, fucking Hillary and Trump is cousins.
Right.
Like, this shit is all, bro, it's a game. It's the world's a stage, bro. And I don't want to sound like that dude, but if people just do the fucking history of politics, do the history of how all this shit started and why it is the way it is, why it's ran the way it is, then we'll get it. And we'll be like, oh, shit. These motherfuckers is playing us. We don't get to choose shit. We got the illusion of choice. And I wish I could articulate it as well as the great George Carlin, rest in peace. Because he breaks it down in a simple, hilarious way.
Yeah.
He talks about politics. I love listening to his shit because it's all shit you can research. It ain't like he just speaking out his ass.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, what the fuck
comedians
you talking
usually are very smart people.
George Carlin's a fucking god to me, bro. Like, that's one dude I would love to have sat down and just talked to and listened to. I probably wouldn't even have said shit. I probably would just like listen, just let him talk, bro. That dude was fucking brilliant, man. His observations was the shit, man. But knowing, bro, but you just said that about, and I'm sorry, but Ron Paul and the Trump shit, that was by design.
Right.
You know what I mean? That was
Do you think Ron Paul's whole thing was a shtick, that he was like supposed to say all that stuff?
Maybe.
Kind of like to plant a seed but not let it grow yet, kind of thing?
I'll say maybe.
Yeah.
I'll say maybe, because I don't know enough about him personally to know his history and to know if he's like related. He could have been a guy like, I feel like Bernie's not included in that group. And that's why he'll never succeed, because he's not one of them. He's not plugged in. He's not selected. I don't feel like he's related to them. And that's why he'll never get where he's trying to go. He'll never be president.
Well, he was like Al Gore. Once they said, oh, you don't win, he's like, oh, okay.
But Al Gore's related to them too. And it's like, you're not the one we want. You're not the one we need somebody in this position to play a specific role.
Like, kind of like a scapegoat in a way, I guess.
Like, I told this lady on Facebook because she was mad at me for not supporting President Trump, and I'm like, the president is just a mascot. Like, you don't fucking love Ronald McDonald as much as you love McDonald's food. Like, you don't.
Yeah.
They're just a mascot. He's Ronald McDonald for the country. Right. Are you calling my president a clown? I said, see, you missed my whole point. That wasn't even close to what I was trying to like. I was just making the point that he's the Ronald McDonald, like whoever it is in that chair. They're just the face of this fucking corporation that we pledge allegiance to. That's it. That's literally it. They're not making decisions. You think this dude got in the office and all of a sudden 30 things that happened, he sat down and read and researched it. Get the fuck out of here. Like, get the fuck out of here.
But, I mean, okay, because we're looking at the elitists who run everything, and there's different people kind of like let's say that like it's all theater, it's all the movie, but each of these different factions are all different screenwriters. Yeah, who are all like trying to influence, the way the movie's getting written and being.
That's part of it, I believe.
Played out, right?
I see, I follow you.
So, would you say that it's possible that Trump is actually like something playing the role of a dumb white knight who's just kind of waiting to come out and be the good guy at the end of his.
I don't think he's good or bad. I think he's just playing the role that he was given.
But do you think that his role is going to be
his role
the guy who's going to be bringing out something good for the people? Or do you
what
think
would be
that,
good? Give me one example of something that would be good for us, other than dismantling this whole
getting rid of the central banking system.
He can't. The JFK, when he signed the bill and signed an executive order in action to get the fucking Fed out of here, they blew his head out. Right. And whoever came right after him, like, shit, hey, man, y'all got that back. Yeah. Another thing he was talking about was, hey, we got to get these motherfuckers out of here. Right. But Jackson did get rid of this shit. But did he get caught? He didn't, I don't think. But like, most of the cats really try to affect change when it comes to this money, they get their head banged off. Or something happens.
But we've gotten rid of it before. And then he's back.
He's one of the cats who benefited from this. As an individual, to my understanding. His daddy was a hustling ass, pimp, bootlegger, real estate dude. I mean, he's a hustler. He's an American hustler. That's what I call it. An American hustle. If you can get away with it, if you're rich enough to start influencing shit, you're good.
You're pissed on my altitude 600 right now.
No, that's what I'm not answering the question. Right. Him as an individual, he's only going to be able to do what he's supposed to do. It's like when I see my black people doing, I'm a dick. And then I tell my me and Brad almost got in fights because he wanted me to be supporting him. I'm a dick. And I'm like, what? My life ain't changing, bro. My life didn't get better. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still doing the same shit. Like, I'm still seeing the black person getting shot fuck up every week. Like, he ain't saying nothing about none of that shit. All I'm saying is advocating for his gay rights and gay marriage. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not hating that either. That's not my point. My point is, I'm just saying, like, if you say some shit about gay people, people automatically get offended. If you're not just like, yeah, someone wish I was gay, and then motherfuckers get mad at you. It's like, no, I don't have no problem with nobody. If you're not violating me or forcing you to show me, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, do you? I don't give a fuck. But just like they mad at us for being straight. Like, how? There's nothing wrong with me being straight. That don't make me toxic. That don't make me a fucked up individual. This is I'm straight. Like, are you serious? So you want me to accept you for who you are.
That's so weird that turned around.
You're not gonna accept me for being who like that. It's not gonna work like that. Yeah. If you don't want to compromise me being able to be tolerant, get the fuck away from me. Yeah. I don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying?
The army will try to turn me.
Well, I got
my best friend. We could just be friends, man. Why you always got
my best friend
that I like cock?
It's my boy TJ. And me and TJ went to school together 7th, 8th grade. It's my boy. Still look like a good thing. 9th grade, started taking hormone pills and shit. Started kind of slowly dressing like a how old? Grew his hair out. We was kids, bro. 7th, 8th grade, he was TJ. Like, dude. Right. And it's my homie. I don't know, bro. I told you I don't think in them times. So I'm just giving you grades, 7th, 8th grade. What? You know what I mean? 9th grade, he started taking the pills and shit, started coming to school and slowly transitioning into being a female. And keep in mind, this is still my partner, though. It's still my guy. Still comes to the porch with me, smoke weed with me and shit, and just chop it up and shoot shit. He always had a bunch of chicks with him, so that's another reason why we were shooting. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, this is still my guy. Like, and then I never gave a fuck. Right. You know what I mean? I got an uncle who was dressing up and who was super uber gay. Like, yes, like one of them, and I don't care. You know what I mean? But they wouldn't try to force me to see the world with their eyes either. They wouldn't like, oh, well, you don't agree with everything I'm doing or feel like I feel, and you're wrong. They wouldn't like that. So that's another reason why I didn't give a fuck what they were doing. TJ nigga came over there like, yeah, you need to put this in Lysol. You need to do this. You need to call me her and she. Then I might have been like, okay, bro, like now you kind of being a bully. You know what I mean? Because you trying to force me to see the world through your eyes, and I don't do you like that. You come around me and we chill. And we chop it up. Now, granted, we can't go in the house and hang out like we used to. We're not going downstairs, just me and you, and nobody knows what we're doing. I ain't asking them questions.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm joking because that's my guy. And I love him to death. If I see him, it's still love to death. I don't give a fuck. That's my partner. That's a good dude. But I don't know, bro. We got off on another tangent.
You just reminded me of my boy Groovy Carter, who is PFC Carter. Or no, he's a specialist.
Yeah.
At the time, Specialist Carter. Dude, he wasn't like huge, but he was a pretty muscular black dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And mainly face, long nose, just like
Look like Scottie Pippen?
yeah, but a little bit darker, just a little bit, because he wasn't like he was like lighter than you, but not like white. Like man, I just remember one time because we weren't in the same unit. We would go out and party on the weekends because I remember one time there was like a few of us together, and he puts his bag down. He's like, "Can somebody carry this for me? I'm so skinny." Oh, dude, are you serious? You're like 2 tons bigger than me, at least. Yeah. He'd be prancing around with his long pink boa, and it's like, if he didn't. But when he puts on his garb,
Say his garb.
yeah. You buy into it. But if you saw him in his uniform, you're like, you're a dude.
Like, there's no way.
Yeah. How did you transition from the guy that I party with in the weekend? Because that's how I knew him more. I didn't really see him much in the army. And the crazy thing was his first sergeant. There was him and one other guy that was gay. Everybody knew. Because at that time it was don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
If you don't tell us, we won't ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
which is weird in itself. Because who gives a if a motherfucker willing to fight and die?
Yeah.
Who gives a
right?
I don't care how. I wouldn't care. If
well,
really,
it's like that today now, though.
You know what I mean?
But
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, but this country is a racist, sexist ass country.
Yeah.
It's built on bias. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so they put, when they moved into new barracks, they're like, oh, this guy's gay and he's gay. Let's make them roommates.
Yeah.
And I remember he was like, oh,
like prison.
I fucking hate that guy. He's just like, I can't stand him. They only made us roommates because we're both gay.
Yeah.
I was like, I've never met the other guy. But
I don't know, man. You would have to, like I said, any person. Bro, I've been around super racist people in my life, and I'm tolerant as long as you're not coming at me with your shit. Mm-hmm. You got the right to feel how you feel. Whether you homosexual, whether you whatever it is, you got the right to be how you want to be, because that's your life, that's your path, that's your journey.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to influence that. I don't want to have an opinion on it or tell you how you should be. I'm not going to judge you, none of that.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like you shouldn't be able to do it to me either. And that's what kind of kills me now. And I know we're going into a totally different, very sensitive area about, like, now, if I don't love Bruce Jenner or what's Caitlyn? If I don't love Caitlyn and call Caitlyn and, oh, this is the woman of the year, then I'm a dickhead.
Yeah.
And I'm wrong and I'm fucked up for that. I just, certain stuff.
That's the bully thing.
It ain't that I don't, I cannot agree with it and not hate it at the same time. I cannot understand it and I'm not biased about it. But you can't force me to see the world through your eyes. I've told people, bro, and this is my point too. As a brother, I always find myself arguing with people about the N-word. About why don't say it to me. Mm-hmm. I don't identify as that. I got a white dude at work who, for the first couple weeks, I don't know why white dudes, when they cool with me, some of them, not you, always got to try to find a reason to say it. They always got to try to find a reason to say it, and it's like, bro, why? Why do you want to say it?
Is that a generational thing, though? Do you think it's like the newer generation
it's a location thing, too.
I got to be, because I've heard some younger people say, oh, no, that's completely cool now. As long as that's...
And it's like, who making the rules?
I mean...
Who making the rules? Like, who are you around?
That one still makes me cringe, even though it shouldn't.
It makes me cringe, bro.
Right, but I mean, like, the idea...
Rightfully so for me.
Yeah.
Just because I know, for me, what it represents is a negative.
Mm-hmm.
There's no positive to it. And then for all these people who are not, like I told this chick on my Instagram, shorty, your people didn't get that beat into you. You didn't suffer and bleed and get treated like that. Like, you want to say this and act a certain way, but when it comes time to suffer, you don't want to go through the struggles of being that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's what it is. Like, when I went out in this world every day, it was nigga, I'm a nigga, I'm a real nigga. It's nothing but suffering coming my way. It's nothing but pain coming my way. Because you get treated fucked up. That word is born out of hatred and from suffering and whippings and torture and maimings and castration. I got ancestors who stood up and died and fought because they didn't want to be called that. They wanted to identify themselves. So when I see people saying it and taking it lightly, and these youngins making rules about who can say it and why it's okay for them, cool. Just don't say this shit around me, because I'm going to check you.
What do you think of that?
Like, I got some type of character. I got a backbone. I'm not one of these dudes who going to let a chick say it because I want some pussy. Hey, shorty, you got to check that or get the fuck away from me.
Yeah,
you know
or white girls,
like,
you would think because of what they're fucking a black dude that they can all of a sudden say it. That one kind of
my ex is like that now.
Yeah.
She wasn't like it with me.
Oh, okay.
Like, she would edit herself around me. Like, I told her, because singing a song or whatever, I don't want to hear it. You don't hear me saying that shit.
No.
Like, the whole time we was together, she probably heard me say it 3-4 times, maybe. Right. You know what I mean? But, like I told you, when dude whooped her ass, and she came over here, I called him a lying-ass, bitch-ass in. And I was like, first of all, now I don't care.
Yeah.
You just shot your whole argument in the foot.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, that's a deep convo for me, bro, because my perspective is different.
So what do you think of that song with Chris Brown, Lil Dicky?
I hated it.
Because of the song or because of that part?
That part.
Okay.
And it made me look at Lil Dicky a little different.
Okay.
Because he's...
Well, even though he didn't say it in that...
It's his song.
But it was Chris Brown singing it?
It's his song.
You think because he wrote it?
It's his song.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that song don't come out with that in it without him. He's a very creative guy. That whole concept, that video treatment, he had a hand in all that shit.
Okay.
And the whole joke to it was, I can say it without getting in trouble now.
Right.
Why do you want to say it? Why?
Yeah.
Why is this a thing?
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
Of all the shit you can be in this world, you want to be that? You want to say that? Why?
Right.
And that's like with Tracy that we used to work with. I don't know if he was there when he was there. Tall, fucking blonde.
Oh,
looked like a gay Viking. Looked like Zelda's big sister.
He was in the LARP thing.
Yeah.
Zelda's sister.
Yeah. Looked like Zelda's big sister,
That's
Link's
funny.
big sister.
Oh, wow. Or...
but he would say it, and I was like, Tracy, you got to stop.
Oh, I
like,
think
bro,
I
that's
remember
3
that.
times.
Yeah. I think I
gotta
remember. I was there when that happened.
3 times. Bro, I'm just singing a song. You keep finding reasons to say it to me. It's not the fact that you're saying it. If you were just over there at your station and you were singing a song and you just said it, I probably wouldn't even be bothered. I would probably tell you to keep it down, but I probably wouldn't be as bothered as you keep finding reasons to say it to me. Why? And he couldn't tell me.
Right, he was
I was like, why? You can't tell me you use this in your everyday vocabulary. You can't tell me you in the office with Paul and fucking Earl and you saying this to them. Or this is just part of your everyday fucking verbiage, bro. You can't tell me that. So why? What is your desire to say this shit? Why can't you say something else? And I'm not the guy, bro. You probably never heard me say it till just now in this conversation. Like, why are people like saying this shit to me? I don't get it. I'm not the one who says it. I don't call you that. Don't call me that. The shit is disrespectful to me. And I always have to argue that point with people of why it's disrespectful to me. Like, fam, if you tell me, if you like, hey, chill, that ain't cool, bro. Oh, shit, my fault, bro. Never happened again. I didn't know. You know what I mean? Anything. Whether it's something I'm saying, doing, whatever, that's just the type of human I am. But I tell people, hey, bro, don't call me that. Don't say that to me. Oh, well, man, shit, I can say it. You know, when I'm by myself, I'm going to sing this. Right? That's not what I said. I'm not telling you what to say. I'm just telling you, if you got any respect, any love for me, don't say that shit to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and people always want to argue that point, bro. Like, I got people, everybody I see that say it on my Facebook, I unfollow them. I don't unfriend them, but I unfollow them. I don't want to see it. I don't want to read it. I don't want to hear it. None of that shit. And then you're right. I see a lot of Caucasians, a lot of Mexicans. And I'm like, do y'all know where that shit come from? You know what I mean? Like, do you know what people went through? Why they was getting called that and why this word exists? That's why I don't fuck with it, bro. For my ancestors, and I know what it means. Because when I was in it was all bad, bro. I was a terrible person.
I mean, risk versus reward.
I was a very ignorant, terrible person, bro. And all the niggas I know is lost in this world. They dead, in jail, or somewhere in between.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, they suffering. And they don't even know it. They don't love themselves. They don't give a fuck about too much or nothing. You know what I mean? I know some, they got some morals about themselves, but for the most part, they don't even know who the fuck they are. And that word is a part of that. So for me, I can't. I hate it.
Okay.
And I wish people would just let the shit. There's tons of things you can call yourself. There's a lot of slang. We can make up a word. What's up, my ceiling fan? We can make up. What's up, my Christmas light? You know, we can make up a word and make it a fucking affectionate term, but that one you can't. I don't know.
Well, it's like when I was in China, for example, their word for all foreigners, if you're not Chinese, you're a guilao. And it means old ghost.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of dope. That's kind of hot.
Yeah. So I always just call myself a guilao, and every time like Chinese people hear me refer to myself as like, yeah, man, but it's okay for me to do that because I'm a guilao.
And what like the Mexicans? What is it?
Chinese go. Do you know what that means?
Like, yeah.
I'm like, what, guilao? You know, they just kind of because
I had a Mexican friend who used to say mayugas. And it's mayugas.
Okay.
And it's like black ass basically.
Okay.
You know, but he used to say this shit to me, and they would get to cracking up. I used to get mad, like, bro, I know y'all making a joke. Since I don't know what it means, me and you gonna fight. It was my dude David. He finally told me. I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. You should have just told me. But y'all keep saying it behind my back, like, and I'm getting offended because I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
That's a little bit how I felt when you would always call me German at work. It was just funny.
It was just funny
though.
Like,
is he trying to call me a Nazi? Bro, like, though, is that just like nice way?
But once you got to know me, it was like, okay, this motherfucker's just retarded. He's just special needs. Okay, I get it. All right. Because like once people know me, they know my heart is pure, bro. You know what I mean? And I just some shit is funny to me. Right. It might not be okay, but it's funny to me.
Yeah, like, no, because at first I'm just like, why does he keep calling me?
But if you'd have came to me like, hey, Chef, that shit is offending me, bro.
No, it wasn't.
I would have been like, oh shit, my fault, bro. You know what I mean? But that's just how I'm built, bro. Like I want to be respectful. I don't never want nobody to be disrespected, especially by me. Like, because I can help that. I can do something about that. If our interactions ain't dope, if it ain't like good energy and like some type of inspirational vibe or some good vibe, then that's not. Well, I don't want nothing negative.
Well, because the thing is, I lived with a black dude for about 2 years. He's like an old. He was in his 60s at the time, and then as I got to know him more and more, now this dude, he went through some racist shit.
Yeah,
he told me some stories. I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
And then like, but it's like to hear that from the horse's mouth
is because somebody looked at him as
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just remember like, whew,
and my people like that is another reason I can't fuck with it.
Ain't nobody that I grew up with can say they went through half of what that dude went through before he was 5 years old. Yeah. You know, I was like, God damn.
Bro, my origins. Go ahead, bro.
But he would always kind of look at me as like, all right, because like, okay, this is gonna put myself down, but we'll just for lack of a better term at the moment, he was something like a sugar daddy for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like I lived with him. Without going into a whole nother thing, but basically I was living with him. Well, no, and it was nothing like weird. Yeah, no, it was just kind of like.
Hey, you my dog, get out.
We were in a situation where he was taking care of shit.
Yeah.
But he also kind of looked at me as like, that's right, I got me a little white boy right here. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And unfortunately, I've known that. I've known a lot of people like that.
And that was like his kind of like way of kind of
like payback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not that was the only purpose of me being around him, but that was definitely in there the whole time. And I'm like, and then sometimes when him and I would kind of have an argument or something. For one time, it looked like I was going to end up having to fight this old dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? But even though he could definitely held his own, now he's like in his 70s, but He would just put his head on me like I knew he wanted to punch me so bad, and I'm like, wait, whoa! When did this become a race thing? You know what I'm saying?
It's always been a race
just
thing.
a stubborn old man and me, like you know, we're arguing about like this over here, but you're kind of like turning it into like a white and black.
If he had the history that you just said he had, it's always a race thing.
Yeah, and that
because he can't help this ingrained. Yeah, it's beat into him. Yeah, it's burned into him.
And that's what kind of bothers me. It's like, look, dude, no, like, please don't bring this is not a because that just like belittled the real problem. Yeah, the real problem's over here. Now you're kind of turning into something that I can't really argue with you on.
You can't help it though.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you put me in a corner.
You already said that subconsciously, it was always racial for him. At some
it was always there.
It was always there for him, and he can't help it. My people like that, bro. My daddy was born in
I love that
Arkansas.
Dude too, man. I really do.
And he probably loved you, bro.
Yeah, he
does.
No.
Like that, he probably loved you too, but
we had a really
he couldn't help but see the world the way he see it.
Right.
It took me a while to not see the world the way I see it, bro. But when I was going to the Nation of Islam and was doing all these studies and all this dope shit, at the same time, it was another side of it that was very, very racist. And it never latched on to me. I'm like, my great-grandmother, one of my favorite women in the world, is Caucasian. So you trying to tell me that all white people are just evil and devils and fucked up? All of them. Every single one.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe it. Now, granted, I've had experience where I was, I forgot what it's called. Discriminated against. I've had situations where I was like, this is some real racist shit. You know what I mean? I've been followed around stores and shit, and I know it's because of how I look. I've been treated a certain way. I've been denied certain shit because of my name and shit like that. Racist shit. But I'm not going to sit here and... Bro, man, you wouldn't be friends if I thought like that.
Right.
I wouldn't have met some of the dopest people in my life. Even like, man, my ex didn't end well, but we had some beautiful times, bro. I wouldn't have met her if I thought like that. Like, so
sure.
I never could let that side of me or let that shit become a part of my psyche and how I see the world. And I'm glad.
Good, yeah.
And I'm glad, bro. You know what I mean? But the love that I have for my grandmother, one of my closest friends, I've been looking for this dude for like 3 summers. My dude, Andrew Ray. White dude. This motherfucker is one of the whitest white people you will ever see in your life. He's tall.
More white than McLovin?
Red. Yes, bro. Very, very much. He will make you look like...
Watch your next words there.
I'm trying to think of somebody that's very like black, like to everybody be like, damn, that's black as hell. My dude Aaron Ray would make you look like Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy.
This is how white he is, bro. Like he's that.
Who's that one comedian? I think he died not long ago.
Charlie Murphy passed like last year, I think. So rest in peace to him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Murphy's brother?
Mm-hmm. He had pancreatic cancer, I believe.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I want to say early 2019 or mid 2019. It was recently though. It was recently, bro.
Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron Ray would make you look like Bernie Mac. We'll say Bernie Mac, because that's even better.
Yeah.
Because you think of Bernie and you can instantly hear his voice, like, oh shit.
Right.
He'll make you sit up straight, like, all right, Dad, you're right. But he ain't my fucking daddy.
Yeah, that dude's black.
Yeah, he's black as hell. But this is one of my best fucking friends, bro. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, my dude, Drew Murray, another white dude. I don't know why this kid took a liking to me. You know what I mean? Like, I say kid, and he's like, maybe I don't know, because I can't think in terms of numbers. So I don't know his fucking age or whatever the fuck. Yeah, but this is my boy, though. He's like my little brother to me. And it's one of my best friends. This dude would pull up 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. I'm like, Drew, what the fuck's up, man? What you want? Nothing, bro. Just seeing if you all right. What? I'm just trying to see if you're all right, man. Like, you seemed like you was upset earlier. If you need to talk to somebody or anything, bro, you want to go to a bar or anything, bro, I got you, man. Like, just want to make sure you're good, bro. He did that shit all the time. And I was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, first I was weirded out because I'm like, bro, do you like me? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, right, yeah.
But that's just how he was, bro. I'm like, I fucking love this guy, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I would start hitting him, like, what's up, bro? You good? Yeah, what's going on? Why you ask me that? Just checking, bro.
Just checking.
This started fucking his head. I'm like, wait, what? But like, bro, I like people, man.
Yeah.
So if you're a dope person, you got good fucking energy, bro, that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? That's how. Yeah. But this world, bro, again, we just spoke on how they programming us. They dividing and conquering us again.
All right.
Because when you think of black and white, you think of polar fucking opposites. And that's by design that we use those terms when referring to our particular races.
Yin yang.
Yeah. But even yin and yang, you kind of think of a balance. You think of together. When you think of black and white and apply it to people, you don't think of a balance and togetherness. You think of white is over here, black is over here. And if you get any dictionary and look up black magic, Black lie. Anything with black in front of it is usually something bad.
Yeah.
You look at white lie, white magic. It's always something good and positive.
That's why I hate using that white hats and black hats thing, because it's always like, what?
But I get your metaphor, though.
Yeah.
I get the metaphor.
But it's just, I use that because that's what you hear a lot on
hell
talks.
yeah.
But, yeah, well, so you would admit, too, then, because this is where his name's Steve, Dr. Johnson. Yeah, the old black dude he used to live with. And that
Hold that thought, bro.
I'd like to apologize for that rather abrupt ending, but like I said, when the conversation is flowing, you got to keep it going. We talk for hours upon hours. And it's always great when I get together with somebody I consider a friend who can actually think for themselves. This is the same plain a different world, and we hope you come back and get lost with us. And like I said, we have no idea what's going on, but we're brave enough and bold enough to decide for ourselves, think for ourselves, critically. No emotion involved. This is our opinions, our perspectives. Triple salute to everybody out there surviving and thriving. Thank you.